Hello my lovely people, welcome back to my channel. I greet you according to your time and the time you are seeing this video. We are still on the gist from the palace of Ooni of Ife. I really appreciate your support for me, for always being part of my channel. Thank you so much. My God will bless you and support you in all you do. So my people, allegedly, they said the king is very sick. As in very sick, no be small thing. So from what we are hearing, they said as the king and these women are dragging this issue of going out of the palace and not going out of the palace, this case is becoming too serious. And this time around, the king is very serious about them leaving the palace. But they don't want to leave the palace, and the king wants them to leave the palace. So it's beginning to sound like a fight of between the king and the women, and it is not good for his health. So recently, we come to hear say, as then they drag you go, you no go, you leave the palace, you will not leave the palace. They said the king's blood pressure gone high. Hey, and you know it is not good for him at all. So my people, as they can't call the doctor, now the doctor, but before they called the doctor, they said the situation was, it wasn't good. That they were kind of in a meeting talking, you will leave, you will not leave, the women giving reasons why they will not leave and all of that. So while they were on it, they said the king was like, his heart is failing him, something like that. It was like, my heart. And before you know it, they called the doctor, and when the doctor arrives the palace, and after some checkups and all of that, the doctor started examining him. And after everything, they said before the arrival of that doctor, the king's situation was, the king's state wasn't that good, that the women became frightened. The kind of, hey, are we sure something is, the king is going to survive this and all of that. They said Tobi now started calling Queen Naomi. You can imagine that too. They said Tobi started calling Queen Naomi, telling her, please, Kabiyesi condition is not good, please, we need your prayer. So start praying for Kabiyesi immediately, start praying. He will be hearing you and be saying amen. They said the way Tobi was going about it, you think that Queen Naomi is God, whom even if anything wants to happen, he will revive the king. So that was like, so they really believe that Queen Naomi's prayer can do magic like that. And yet they are estranging him. Her from the king and the palace. You can imagine that though. So these people really know Queen Naomi's words. They really believe, because I will use the word believe now. So they really believe that if Queen Naomi should pray for the king at that point, that something is going to happen. While others are saying that Tobi was calling Queen Naomi not just to pray for the king, but to also come back to the palace to come and take care of him, because I know that other Olories will be like, let her come now. Let her come now and take care of the king now that the king is sick. After all, the king she have been the only one the king is showering love with. The king is giving everything to. Let's recall that was it some days ago during Tobi's anniversary with the king. The king gifted her a Mercedes Benz, so she's not the only one the king is showing love in the palace. So all those women, they are just jealous for nothing. So even if, let's just pray that nothing will happen to the king, but even if eventually the king falls sick, so six of them cannot take care of the king without calling on Queen Naomi. The same Queen Naomi they planned and drive out of the palace. Now the situation is somehow they are calling on Queen Naomi to pray. Then so they don't trust those Ifa priests them and the Babalawo them that have been giving them juju and everything they have been using to enter and do everything they want in the palace. So they believe it's Queen Naomi's God that is going to save the king, even if anything is about to happen. Anyways, that is just to tell them themselves, because for them to believe such a thing is simply a way of telling them that, look, this woman is meant for this man. And no matter what you try to do about it, her God will still bring them together, So you better stop or quit fighting the relationship between Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi. But another thing I want to add to this is this. the women should be very careful enough, you know, especially at this stage where the king is having a heart problem already. Because for his BP to rise, something must have led to that. Allegedly, always remember that here we share alleged information. We hear saying his BP rise, you know, allegedly. So if that is true, if truly that his BP rise, it simply means that he should be very, very careful this time around. Because as the thing starts to the rise, any little thing will happen, anything of this nature that happened now, if it happens again, it will start rising again. So now that he have known that a certain situation might rise his BP, he should be very, very careful. And the women too should be cautioned. Will I say the people or the people of Ile-Ife should give them serious warning against the king's. So they should be cautioned. So if anything like this happens to the king again, they will be held responsible. You will see that they will be very careful. But if nothing is done about it, hey, forget it all. Unless the king on his own decide that he should avoid certain things so that things like this will not be happening again. And one thing we should know about this BP, it can buy somebody with immediate effect, though, you know. Some people might be saying, is it not just BP? Is it not BP? I've seen a case where they said BP rise, the person buy. But that is not our prayer for the king. My prayer is that such a thing will not happen to him. But he too should be very cautious, should take caution. Precaution, I be caution. Anyone I speak, just take them like that. So he too should find a way to avoid things like this. If possible for him, let him carry his load, go to Queen Naomi and spend time with her, or whenever there is a kind of anything that can trigger such situation in his life in the palace, he should leave the palace for these people. His health is more important than the throne. His health is more important than the women. His health is more important than any other thing that we are talking about here. So calling on Queen Naomi, of course Queen Naomi will surely pray for the king. But these women calling on Queen Naomi to come and pray and come and take care of the king, does this simply mean that they cannot pray for the king? They cannot take care of the king? You know? So my people, so we hear them. So they said Tobi was like, come on, she was even crying according to what we are hearing while making the call. Please, come on, the king is this. I just pray that nothing will happen to the king. But if anything happens, we'll enter watch chapter, episode 2 of the drama. And this time around, it's not going to be funny at all. So my people, now so we hear them. Don't forget that they are all alleged information, okay? Always bear in mind that here we share alleged information. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you are yet to subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. And give this video a thumbs up and share it and say your opinion in the comment section. Bye for now. Love you guys.